This is the first match of today. Of course, LawLiet, a well-known player by now from South Korea. 28 years old by now, representing newbie and South Korea. 14 Sway, as we said, man. 17 years old, trying to make a splash into the scene right now. And the first game has already started. He is playing the human race today, as he can play Night Elf and human pretty much. Not at the same time, but he's pretty skilled with both of them. And yeah, the system is, it's best of one, King of the Hill. So LawLiet is the king, 14 Sway is the challenger, and the winner stays on top and gets $75. That's pretty good.
For every map, man. That can really add up quickly. And I'm still waiting for the day where one man marches through the entire day. That would be pretty epic.
Yep.
LawLiet could be a player to do that, maybe. We'll see. Thank you very much, by the way, Herr Wusel with the 10 gifted subs.
Woo!
And also Jesterhead with a 9-month resub. Much appreciated.
Also, Sean Wright coming in with the 8-month. Thanks for all the work y'all do and that we can have music on today. Little jab towards Remo, I think. Thank you very much for the continuous support. So, our first map is Last Refuge. Human versus Night Elf, what can we expect?
First hero of choice here is the Demon Hunter. Has, of course, found his way back into the meta in multiple matchups ever since 1.31. And on the human side, it's obviously an AM. There's not really a choice here on this map. MK is popular on some maps, but here not really playable. It's going to be an instant expansion creep. Is it actually an instant expo? I haven't seen this in forever against Night Elf.
Yeah, me neither, I feel. Wait, I did see it on Sunday, but I can't really remember who it was. I think it was Romantic, but not so sure about that. So the Demon Hunter on the other side is creeping up with only himself and the Archer, evasion level 1, so he's a little more tanky. And gets level 2 right there. I like that skill choice. Usually it's always mana burn first, but if you're only creeping and not harassing, why not go for evasion?
Did he deny one of the creeps on the first camp? It looked like the ogre is half a level, right? It looked like it should have been a little bit more, but maybe I'm just derping. Anyways, he's level 2, that's the important thing. Got some nice bonus stats as well. LawLiet usually a player who tries to prioritize an early level 3 on all of his first heroes. That's how he defeated Focus yesterday, by the way. In a fairly one-sided game, actually, it was. The last game of yesterday's first playday. But here on this map, getting level 3 Demon really isn't that easy. You get the first Ancient of War camp, then you can go to the Ogre Magi, but then you need to heal up after. Of course, that's the big downside of this hero compared to the Keeper. Keeper can just spam treants, can move from camp to camp, and doesn't have to heal up health. Only mana, really. So now, is it time to go aggro with this Demon, with boots, only level 2, but with a double circlet, still pretty strong.
Indeed, pretty strong. Is also the first donation of the month by Liam. 15 euros coming in. Just enjoying the game. Smiley face. I hope you enjoy the commentary as well, and not only the game. Thank you very much for the contribution here. That is what keeps the stream up. And also thank you to DC Blunt for the 3-month resub.
Thank you very much. AM getting chased. Without boots on the AM, this is a little bit scary, but nothing is going to come of this aggression just yet. Is LawLiet going to counter-expand or all in this expansion? This is usually the choice that the Night Elf has to make. Counter-expansion is certainly viable, has always been the case, but LawLiet wants to get some damage in here first. The Arcane Tower is going to be his first objective. Shadow Meld, a little bit too late. That was a little sloppy by LawLiet. That could have easily been a save onto the Archer. And the next one as well. What is happening? He gets the tower, yes, but that's not really worth 2 archers.
No, absolutely not. The damage lowers a lot by now, or the deeps with the 2 archers gone. The others expose themselves as well, getting hit a little, but they will survive. Will the Archmage survive? He can't really run away, as you pointed out, boots versus no boots, but good pathing so far. Another mana burn, so he's down to 50%. That's about it. Tier 2 is finished, and as you can see on the minimap, the Pandan Brewmaster is the second hero of choice. Valid weapon against Mass Footmen in general, and the casters, as long as there are no breakers. I feel like I've said this sentence 1,000,000,000 times in my history as a caster, but alright. AoE is always appreciated, and another archer kill right there.
Yeah, this early game is starting to look better and better for 14 Sway. Boots on the Panda, by the way, for a little while. That was a little bit weird. All the archers are dying. What did he get so far? An Arcane Tower cancel. This is horrible. This is atrocious. Lords are coming. Dryads will be coming in. With that, the mid-game belongs to the Night Elf. But LawLiet either needs to get up an expansion like ASAP or deal tremendous amounts of damage. Otherwise, like a big push is gonna be rolling soon from the human.
Ooh, and 14 Sway is trapping the Demon Hunter right there. There's no staff on the Panda, so he has to fight through this, which is absolutely possible with the 2 heroes as it seems. 14 Sway saving this one. Also burning the Panda immediately, so he can't cast another Breath of Fire. This Footman also well micro to the side with 6 HP remaining, so pretty much 0 experience for LawLiet from this harass. Expo is up, Blacksmith not cancelled, Rifles coming in, tier 2, 70% done. It's looking better and better. I was a little worried about the Blacksmith timing, but Tech and Blacksmith are lining up nicely. Dryads coming only now, so the dominance in the mid game isn't that hard.
Yeah, this is kind of the most, like, early game failed kind of play that I've seen from LawLiet in a while. Normally, his movement is always on point. Normally, he's always where he needs to be. And normally, whatever he attempts, especially in the early, works out. And this is why he's one of the greatest Night Elves in the world. And why, especially his early game, his creep routes and so on, are so impeccable. But here, actually, he does fall behind quite a lot. Now he wants to make up with creeping, wants to get level ups, but guess what? 14 Sway is in the main. There's going to be no lore cancels happening. Some wisps may be falling, but there's enough lumber for LawLiet. But this is still a little bit annoying. Very unusual play. Not even going for the level 3 AM creep.
True, and I don't know if that's the right choice. We do have defend now against all the piercing damage. Next Breath of Fire coming in. Mud Golem dies. But Panda's taking a little bit of damage, but I think LawLiet got this with good Dryad micro now and good hero movement as well. He's facing off the Footman, killed one. Dryads all stay alive because they're super fast. And not even too many Wisps died. Feels like LawLiet is putting in another gear right here.
It's okay though. At this stage in the game, like footies, if they die, that's mostly okay. Naga's second now makes dealing with his Demon Hunter a little bit easier. However, he did get level 3. That's a big deal. Can start burning this Naga now heavily. But what you want to do, I guess, the idea here, the main idea for 14 Sway is to slow down the Panda's creeping. And if the Panda is not level 3 by the time the big push rolls around, it's going to be extremely hard for LawLiet to hold off against the 70 deadly timing.
True.
Expansion is coming up now, but that is ridiculously late.
We are at 46 supply already for 14 Sway, so he's getting closer to the 70. LawLiet on the other side is tier 3 now, can buy the orb, and bears are coming. We're back to good old bear meta, as they're quite a bit faster than the mountain giants. Maybe he can transition later if he gets the expo up and has the time, but that's a big ifs actually. So Rifle Caster on the human side, no big surprise right there. Archmage is still not level 3, that's a little bit of an issue, but as you said, the Panda has the same problem right here. But the Sobi Mask is a very good addition. And he's stealing the consumable. 14 Sway not even contesting it.
Yeah, LawLiet doing a good job. He's still making use of his map control as long as he has it. The answer to the Dryads isn't really there yet. There's a couple of rifles, yes, but not that many. And 14 Sway is actually coming in for the cancel on the Tree of Life. Can he manage this or not? The damage from his army isn't too big. This might just be a suicide mission with the actual mission objective not accomplished. But also trading isn't too bad. Of course, there's superior income for the human side. A lot of these Dryads already very hurt. One of them has fallen. But at least 2 rifles, as it seems, will be losing their lives as well. As the Demon Hunter chases down. And really unusual aggressive play here by 14 Sway. Almost reminiscent of Infia, almost want to say.
Nice saves, by the way, from LawLiet for the second time in this game, I guess, saving a Wisp into a building. Also, what I love, what I think LawLiet picked up from Moon, is this one Moonwell. Saved him 2 units, I feel, to have that ready in the defense. But yeah, that wasn't the big push, and that delayed the big push for quite a while. We have the first breakers out, we have a couple of priests, not on adept yet, so he can't dispel the Drunken Haze. Problem for LawLiet is 3 Dryads really hurt. They will be one-shot if the push rolls around. We get an upgrade here for the breakers, also pretty fast.
14 Sway could have just gone for the lab creep. That would have been level 3 AM. That would have been a big consumable as well. And that's, oh, the Demon Hunter Might be forced into the TP. He's slowed. Cold arrows coming in. The Dryad with the Dispel. Just barely in time.
And the Panda found the time for level 3.
Panda is reaching level 3 exactly. Finally. That's what he needs. But that's not all he needs. He also needs some bears to back it up because 70 supply is ready. And 70 supply is rolling down.
So we have 2 bears. That's certainly not enough. He is breaking upkeep like as fast as possible, but he will be supply stuck at 60 in a second. Not building another Moonwell if I see that correctly, and 14 Sway is coming. With militia support, he's forgetting 2 units here. Ouch, that will hurt in the push. But alright, the Engine of War is here to buy some time. Damage is ready. Let's see if it's enough.
Oh, that's level 3. Is he gonna go for the Aura? I think Aura would actually be better here. But I guess he's going Elemental. Yeah. Now he realizes, he remembers the units left behind, and yeah, this is a scary push. 70 timing, we've seen it time and time again. If LawLiet holds this, he's in a good position, but it's not easy to hold this. Heavy on the breakers, by the way. Really heavy.
Yeah.
Only a single Sorceress. Usually they are the key against the bears to slow them down.
Tower's coming, so he's distracting with that fight here. Panda's being burned quite a bit. Good damage on him thanks to the feedback. Bear's blocking him, so he has to go for the moon or for the potion to stay alive. But damn, this damage is actually quite heavy. How is this? Where's this damage coming from? Seriously, the breakers are doing a phenomenal job. Panda is out. Demon Hunter a little bit in the middle of everything, but the bears are falling too. 3 remaining.
This is looking like the first upset of the day, isn't it? Level 4 for the Demon at least, which is actually really good for him. Makes him so much more tanky. And I think he just now picked up the Orb of Venom, right?
Yeah.
So now the damage increases a lot. But it's only 2 bears left. The Panda's low HP, and these mass breakers are surprisingly threatening.
I think so too. And the towers are almost done as well. Did 14 Sway lose anything in this fight except maybe 1 militia or something? Drunken Hate, Breath of Fire coming through again, but there's so many breakers that it really doesn't matter too much. Yes, there's a missed chance, but the Demon Hunter is kind of low. The shop is gone. No potion. He can sip from the Moonwell a little. That was a good triple kill. But the towers are up. Constant pressure against the expansion. A heal scroll is ready for 14 Sway. So everything that's hurt now will be healed up again. Nice choice by LawLiet to not take the fight, but to catch reinforcements. But that's a kill on the expansion.
There's no... Oh, no, there's a TP on the Archmage's side. I thought he didn't have it. So LawLiet maybe... considering the counterattack, but guess what? If 14 Sway wants, he can just expand up here, to be honest. He's got it fortified, he's got his army here already, and it's gonna be a block expansion as well. Okay, LawLiet is down in the dumpster, so now we ask ourselves the ever-present question. If you're down, what's your way back into the game? And there's usually 2 answers. Hero kill, or out-of-control hero levels.
Yeah. But I kind of see neither of it. Like, there's basically no nuke potential with this Night Elf army. You have Mana Burn and Breath of Fire, okay, but that's not comparable to a Coil Nova or a Disable of any sorts. And the hero levels are also not that crazy. We kind of like 4.5. Panda close to 4, but level 4 doesn't do too much. And in the meantime, 14 Sway is getting a red spot, finding the Cloak of Flames with these 2 heroes as they are both so squishy. Not the greatest idea, not the greatest find, but it's gold in the end, and then he can get more scrolls and has a very valid counter to the Panda. We're giving more upgrades on 14 Sway side. He is 0-0 on the rifles, actually, but 2-1 on the breakers. This is so unusual.
Yeah. Super light on especially the Sorks. Not too heavy on the breakers either. On the rifles, but so heavy on the breakers. But here we go. Next fight starting off. Panda did get level 4, but that's not really the biggest upgrade now, is it? Super hard for these bears to actually reach the damage. This would have been a nice choke, but 14 Sway TPing out. Not losing anything. Wow, look at the ground. Not a single corpse. Yeah. He saves every single unit.
And I also like the decision to not take this fight. I mean, in theory, there is a choke, which is always good against bears because they're clumping up. But his army was kind of separated in like 2 pieces. He didn't have the entire damage ready there as well. And then the TP was a wise choice. He can still go for the mercenary camp. He will give LawLiet this red spot with it. We have a Wand of the Wind, by the way, that can prevent maybe a town portal for the next fight for a couple of seconds.
This was a really nice camp for 14 Sway. 2 big level ups, level 4 AM, and level 3 for the Naga. Also the robe. You know what I want to see, by the way? I want to see Lightning Shield plus Cloak of Flame. How is that gonna... I mean, not Lightning Shield.
Mana
Shield. The other one. Mana Shield. How's that gonna look? It's gonna be green and blue, Nia.
Wow. How well does that go together? You style expert.
Yeah, I'm known throughout the world for my fashion sense. Big breath of fire, but followed by a big scroll of healing. Is there one more? There actually isn't. We have Mass, one of the win against the heroes, but the demon's dropping too low. He has to TP out, gets one more kill. That's level 5, but loses a bear in the process as well. Losses that perhaps LawLiet cannot afford. He is desperately, one has to say, trying to expand on the left side here on the high ground at the former red camp, which is supposed to be a sneaky expo. If this is scouted, it's very easily cancelled.
True. We get to the later stages of the game. We get mortar teams. We get tier 3. And we're mining out the gold mines. There's 2.7 left on both of them for 14 Sway. Main gold mine for LawLiet still holds 2,600. So sooner than later, 14 Sway has to expand again somewhere. Demon Hunter's level 5. By the way, Panda is getting kind of scary as well. Map is almost crapped out. I think the turtles are left, and that's about it. Maybe some nulls and the laboratory, actually, for 14 Sway.
Thank you, by the way, to Source DE for the sub and Money to Berlin for the 2-month resub.
Whoop, whoop.
But yeah, it should be 14 Sway's priority to expand again. He's so far ahead, the safe play would be to expand. But if he goes all out into the attack now, into the main, if he loses this fight, there's perhaps a way back into this match. Blizzard is here now, but there's level 3 mana burn against it. First breaker dies right away. Where did all the breakers go? We had so many earlier, but suddenly we don't have many left at all.
Mortar teams coming in, good DPS, but no frag shards yet. And absolutely a lack of damage pretty much everywhere. He's trying to hero focus again. There's no consumables on LawLiet's side. Reacher's been stolen, bears are dropping. Can 14 Sway hold this? 1,000 gold on the Chinese side. And now the bears are starting to fall. This is where it's getting really dangerous for LawLiet. Losing the second one and the third one. And this one is not in the control group as it seems. Fourth one down. Holy moly. 16 supply down in just a second. Oh, wait a minute. Boop, yep. Number 5.
0-0 bears against this super late game, you know, human army. Don't do it anymore. Towards the beginning of the fight, there was a mistake by 14 Sway focusing on the Demon Hunter, who's like one of the tankiest targets in the entire game. The bears died way more easily. And now, LawLiet down to 50. He's got those decent heroes, but honestly, he needs ultimates. Yeah. And he's far away from those.
Shop is gone, so the tech tree for Mountain Giants is blocked. Speaking of blocked, the Demon Hunter can't get into the back of his base now, barely. Also, nothing for him anymore. Level up for the Naga. That's level 4. If she has a Fork Lightning, one of the heroes will die. That Breath of Fire did nothing, really. Blizzard is going into the backline. Also not optimal. Demon Hunter about to die. Can he reach with a Mortar Team or something? These heroes will fall, and we'll get a new king. I think it's pretty safe to say right now.
LawLiet doesn't want to believe it yet. He has the expansion, the sneaky expo at least, but that's not enough. GG.
Wow.
And 14 Sway makes the upset happen. Who would have thought? Taking out LawLiet.
Yeah, hail to the new king, who's only 17 years old. It's a little Game of Thrones-esque right there. I didn't think this would be possible, but super solid play. Mistakes by LawLiet that we usually don't see.
Yeah. That was a really bad early game.
Exactly, and it kind of snowballed from there. It was, yeah, totally unexpected, but once he was in control, he never really lost it anymore. So super solid, not getting nervous at all or anything.
Yeah, and you know, this is the way usually games look when we have the best in the world meeting. Both are playing really well until a point, and then one makes a big mistake, and you know he's too far behind and he loses. But normally, these top-level players like LawLiet, when they play against supposedly inferior players, they find a way to come back into the game. But 14 Sway didn't allow this. Really impressive. Just got gifted a lead into the game and never gave it up.
Yeah, I think so too. And now 14 Sway is the king, $75 for him, and he can choose the next opponent. That is either Lint, PCG, So-In, Fov, Romantic, or Colorful. So I would go with Forth, I guess. But we'll see about that.